Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Artify recently reached out to me and asked if I would review this 24 marker set. They have a number of different sets of alcohol markers out on Amazon. I believe they have a 40 set, an 80 set, and then this is a 24 set of skin tone markers. So I will link all three of those down below in the description. Let's open these up, and gosh, yes, of course I forgot to bring a knife along, but we can just peel it open. And let's see what's in here. I see pretty colors. So I have not tried Artify's markers yet, so I do not have the 40 or the 80 set, but we all like our skin tones, right? So I thought, oh, this would be probably a good product to review for you guys. And let's get it out of it's wrapped nicely. In shipping, it's wrapped in this nice plastic bubble wrap. Okay, oh, look at the nice case it comes in. Nice hard plastic case. It's got a flip up handle that folds down back behind, and then it also pushes down for storage. That's different. So yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. All right, so it has a clasp on the front that just opens, and then it comes off completely, which is kind of nice, because those that just open, you know, and stay attached, you have to have the room for them, you know, for the cover. So I kind of like where it comes off completely. So let's take a look at the marker itself. All right, and here it says Artify. It has a broad tip and our fine tip, and like all of our budget-friendly markers, we have a gray band on one end to indicate one from the other, and this is the fine tip. I believe on most of these markers the gray band indicates the fine tip. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's pretty much the case for all of them. So the end has, you know, these little cutouts in it. I've seen a number of our budget-friendly markers like that. These are completely round. They do have the little knobs on the caps to prevent them from rolling off your desk, which is nice. The only thing that this is kind of a cumbrance for is if you put them in a slotted marker case, that kind of catches, and they're kind of hard to pull out of the loops. So if you have them in a case like this, it's not going to matter. But if you do, like me, like to put them in a marker case, you know, that opens up with the loops, yeah, I found that these have a tendency of catching on the loops. But here is the chisel nib, and it's pretty standard chisel nib. Comes to a nice point. And our fine tip, again, our pretty standard fine tip. And the covers are pretty easy to get off, but you hear that nice click, which is what you always want to hear on your alcohol markers. You know that they close tightly then. So let's go through and let's swatch these out. I have a piece of marker paper over here. And we're just going to go through and jot down the numbers. Here is also a colorless blender that you get with the set, as you do with a lot of your sets. So we all probably have a lot of our blender pens, right? Okay, so I'm just going to start in the order. I'm just going to color them down in the order in which they are in the case. Let's zoom you down a little. Okay, so first we have, and I don't see, now that I'm looking at the markers, there really are no color names at all. It's just numbers. Cali Art, you know, just has numbers on the end, but they have a foil sticker on here, and that's where the color name is on. Artify does not have a color name on theirs at all. So they just go by the number, which is okay, because it's very easy to be seen. You can read it quite easy, but a lot of us do go by the colored names too. So some of us that may bother and others may not care. So this is our 702, and I'm just gonna color it out with the chisel. Okay, now that didn't necessarily feel real. Oh yeah, okay. I just had it down the wrong way. I thought it felt a little dry, but no, it was user error. It was just me. Okay, now I think the reason why they have purples in a skin tone, because some people are going to say, okay, why are there purples and things in a skin tone set? A lot of people in skin tones, purple is kind of an undertone. And so you can use the purples for your shading around the outside and in where the shadows are, like in a face. Purples are used for that. So Y713. Okay, that's really orangey. Let's take these out as I do them. Y900. That's a nice skin tone. I like that one. Here we have R614. That's very dark. So that would be for very dark shading, I guess. Y826. Looks like it would be a dark skin tone. Yes. Okay. That's a pretty darker skin tone. Y934. I apologize for the shadows. I'm recording this at night, so I have the lights on. Oh, that's a pretty color too. Then we have a darker one, Y976. Very dark brown. Then we have Y529. Let's push you up a little. This looks, I don't know, according to the cover, it looks kind of orangey. It's an orangey brown. So far, the caps are actually matching the color very nicely. This looks like a very light color, Y000. And whether these numbers and colors are actually corresponding with some of our other budget-friendly markers, I don't know. Some of the color numbers sound very familiar, and we know a lot of our budget-friendly markers are all quite similar. So that's a nice lighter color. Could be used to maybe, you know, shade in some of the skin tones. Y211. Okay, so just a little bit darker than that one. We have Y204. Let's come up over here. So we have Y204. It's a pretty yellow. Don't know if it would be a skin tone, but it's pretty. Y503. Very pretty orange. Y505. Looks like it'll be a little bit darker of an orange. Ooh, quite a bright orange. We have some pinks. R107 looks kind of reddish. So these would be good blush colors. Lips, bright red. We have R213. Nice tone for, nice color for lips. R302, or blush. Another pretty pink. R502. Okay. R304. Quite a bit brighter of a pink. The last pink I have is R105. Quite bright. It's kind of almost a coral color, isn't it? Here we have a greenish tone, G902. Again, probably used for, you know, shading and whatnot. Nice pale green. Then two other brownish tones. Let's go over here. Y432. Pretty. Y611. Oh, that's nice. Nice skin tone. And then finally our S, which is our black. Let's see if it's a nice black. Yes, that is a nice one. Sometimes you get a black that is more of a real dark gray rather than a true black. But that looks pretty good. Let's try the fine nib, and let's just see. Feels nice and firm. Yeah, I like the tip. I think that the fine tip would be great for, I like, you know, the fine tips better than the chisel. If you've been with my channel for any length of time, you know I'm not a chisel person. I want to start using the chisel tips though and get more used to them. But yeah, let's look at this case now. With all the markers out, you can see that there are not individual slots for each marker, but they're divided into 4. So you could put like your pinks, and I think that's kind of how they originally had them divided up, was they had like pinks and then purples and, you know, some of the lighter skin tones, darker ones, things like that. So I actually do like this case. One thing that is kind of nice about not having the individual slots is if, especially for the bigger ones, you're trying to put a marker back in and you can't because you're hitting that thing in the bottom, you know? You won't have that with this case. So the other downfall is if you have a number of them out though, you know, they do kind of fall over. But because of it being divided in 4, and with this being only a set of 24, there's only 6 in each divided area. So this is a unique type of case. I've never seen a case like this before, and I like it. It does, you know, clip on the front and the back, and yeah, it's kind of nice. So let's zoom back out a little bit. Let's take a look at all these colors. So we do have, you know, a couple shades of our purple for shading. This I think has to be probably the best skin tone out of the pale skin tones that there is. And then we have some really nice darker skin tones in this. We have these lighter ones here. Lots of pinks for like blush and lips and, you know, things of that nature. Some oranges, this yellow kind of to be used as an undertone. A couple more skin tones here, browner skin tones, I should say, and then our black. I think it's a very nice, well-rounded set, considering it's only a set of 24. I think it's a very, very nice set. I'm not sure, you know, well, I am no expert in coloring with markers and blending and shading for skin, so I am not the one to comment on whether, you know, like bright yellow would be used or this for shading. I do know that the purples are used for shading in skin tone, but again, I'm not real familiar with the yellows and like these bright oranges being used for skin tones. Like I said, this would be great for lips. You know, we like to make our big pouty red lips, right? So I think overall they're great. They seem nice and juicy. Every marker that I swatched was really nice and juicy. The tips, the chisel tips feel nice and firm, but yet not overly firm. But yeah, they're very nice and juicy. They remind me a lot of the new Cali Arts, to tell you the truth, both in the way they look and in the way they color. And Cali Arts are my all-time favorite of the budget-friendly markers. So I can see, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare these colors with the Cali Art sets. Cali Art also has a skin tone set, so I kind of want to compare the two. I'm not sure how big the Cali Art set is, but these are kind of similar, and yeah, I think they are actually very, very nice. I like them, and I want to thank you, Artify, for sending these to me for review. I am going to be coloring with them probably in a future color and chat. Not sure when that'll be. I know the next one that I have planned is going to be for the color along for this month, which is the Camellia Angelkova color along that myself and Kate's Coloring Haven are doing. So I'm not sure if that's going to be with marker, gel pen, not sure yet, but in one of these upcoming videos I'm going to try coloring with these so we can really test them out. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for clicking on it and watching it. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.